If you're looking to start your film career, it is always good to start small. Well, in fact, for any business. I'm not saying that starting big with a bang is not good, but sometimes you gotta put logic first. It's good to minimize risk from any level. And by risk, I mean like getting your gear stolen or damaged, or if you don't find it suitable, you just drop the whole thing. Well, I'm not encouraging you to do that because videography and photography is actually really very easy to learn. Learning and practice will never end for all of us. We grow as we learn and we put our practices into action, and we can challenge our growth with limited capacity, but sometimes having all that capacity without growth means nothing at all. Well, this camera here is my first camera, the Canon 550D, and I use it to shoot anything that I could. I had no clue what I wanted to shoot back then, and anything that I could think of or anything that I liked, I'll just pick up this camera and shoot it. This camera kickstarted my film career with wedding videography, and I earned some money from it, and I even installed magic lantern on it, and it made it so much more powerful, but it's also hitting the camera like mad. I eventually made enough money with this, and I bought the 5D Mark III, and it was a big upgrade, but still, this is my first camera and I kept it until now. Quick disclaimer, Magic Lantern will void your Canon warranty, so please proceed with caution if you want to install it into your Canon camera. I'm not too sure if you can install this. I covered the marks around here on the top and on the side here, so you can't see the 550D, and I guess it was just cool to cover all this back then and not let anyone know what you were using. Also, I painted red color on the line here just to pretend that I had a L series lens. Now, the descendant of my first camera is this fella right here, the Canon EOS 850D, also known as the Rebel T2i. The body costs around 3,699 ringgit from normal retail prices, or $749 US. That's pretty much the same price for most phones these days, and I'm pretty sure you can find cheaper from your favorite camera shops. Considering that its range at the entry level of DSLR cameras or any other cameras in general, the specs are pretty decent and pretty close to the EOS R. It has 24.1 megapixels, APS-C sensor size, EFS or EF mount, shoots in UHD 4K at 120 megabits per second. That's not too bad, but it crops like the EOS R, and shoots full HD up to 60 frames at 60 megabits per second. That's decent, but there's no 120 FPS. It has built-in microphones on the top, and it has a tiny speaker on the left, and it has a swivel monitor. Pretty cool. And it has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Back in the days of the 550D or the 5D Mark III, we have to buy a special SD card that has Wi-Fi capability, and it costs a bomb. It's an SD card that is, I remember, is yellow color. Well, these days, camera without a built-in Wi-Fi, it's like a sin. The built-in flash is a little bit weird. You have to manually push it up like this. You don't have a release button from the side here. But then again, I don't really use the built-in flash. There are many ways to use it. You can flip it up, and you can just take a piece of tissue paper and just flash it this way. If you prefer, you can just straight flash like that, or you can also use your hand to just cup it up like that and let the flash bounce upward. Yeah, well, the results are always different, and obviously if you put your hand, the color is going to be a bit warm. If you use tissue paper, it's just going to diffuse the light a little bit, or if you can just get a paper, you can bounce it somewhere else. White piece of paper. You can also use this as your live cam for your social media platforms or your company's website. Or if you're a lecturer or teacher of some sort, this is probably one of the best options. Just hook it up to your laptop with the right cables, get the official Canon webcam app, and you're set. If you want a little bit more cinematic quality, you can get the Canon 50 f1.8 that costs just around 300 bucks, and you can get that blurry background or bokehs. Well, the good thing about starting off with a cheap camera is that your lens option and your rigs are on the cheaper range. If you plan your budget well enough, you can get a complete set. Example, with the Canon 850D, you can get the Canon 18-135 kit lens, a cheap gimbal like Ronin SC if that fits your budget, and probably a microphone. I've challenged my team to create a simple video with the Canon 850D and get the best possible cinematic quality out of it. So let's check it out. If the quality is satisfying enough for you, you can use this camera to do your professional works, probably to a certain level. I mean, this Canon 550D here, I've used it to shoot quarter of my wedding videos, and I think the quality is superb. If you're afraid about clients questioning your low-level gears, just get some cage and rigs and buff it up a little bit, get a monitor and a microphone. There are cheap options out there, and you will look professional enough. And hopefully they'll stop questioning you. Or you can do like what I did. I just tape it up here and the model. Actually, I think I did that because I keep getting asked like what camera I'm using. Commercial clients asking me what I use, and they would say like, oh, how this camera is not expensive enough. Well, it did the job for them. Anyway, that's it for this video. It's short, simple. I hope you like it. I have some other stuff to review, and I'm trying to experiment with this antique lens. Hold on. Yeah. So yes, I'm trying to experiment with this antique lens. This is the Photesi 50mm meant for Sony E-mount, and this is the Jupiter 11 at 135 focal length. Pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna review this, and I need to fix the Canon mount on this first. Especially this one is a bit hard to change the mount because I kind of need to disassemble this entire lens itself. So if I'm successful, you'll be able to see a review video on this. This lens is really very nice, and it's only $50 US, and it's full manual, but it's pretty cool. So thanks for watching, and if you guys like this video, help me by subscribing to my YouTube channel and probably give me a thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time.